Welcome to Sports Now. I'm your host, Kirsten Peters. Since our last show, the Wilkes University Playoff Week, as dubbed by University President Patrick Leahy, has concluded. Men's ice hockey, men's basketball, and wrestling were among the three sports to compete in Playoff Week. The Colonel's impressive inaugural season came to a close with a 5-2 upset in the first round of UCHC playoffs, when fourth-seeded Wilkes faced fifth-seeded Nazareth on Tuesday, February 19th. Early on, the Golden Flyers goalie Sean Kuhn seemed to be impenetrable. Not only did Wilkes struggle with getting the puck into the net, but multiple untimely stick penalties gave Nazareth the advantage, allowing the Golden Flyers to go up 3-0 by the middle of the second period. However, a penalty finally went in the Colonel's direction, allowing sophomore forward Tyson Arujo to score on the power play. Arujo's goal came with a bit of luck, as freshman forward Donald Flynn's shot deflected off of Arujo's stick and into the net. Once the Colonels had gained some momentum, they were able to score for a second time during the period. Freshman forward Phil Erickson jammed the puck into the net following a rebound from Kuhn when he blocked junior forward Brendan Logan's shot. Despite the momentum builder, Wilkes was unable to tie the game at 3 and eventually suffered a larger deficit from pulling their goalie, freshman Brandon Gordon, to allow for an extra attacker on the ice during the final minutes of play. The loss concluded the Colonel's season at 16-8-2 overall. Following the conclusion of the season, 5 Wilkes players were named to the All-MAC team. Freshman forward Tyler Barrow earned the Rookie of the Year honor, and Flynn joined him as the first-team All-MAC selection. Freshmen Nick Fia and Michael Gerska earned second-team honors, and Gordon earned an honorable mention. "I'm extremely proud of our team," said Wilkes head coach Brett Riley, reflecting on the success of Wilkes' inaugural season. "It's a 16-win season, which is more than any first-year program. To receiving national votes and being 1 point away from a MAC title, to having home ice advantage and a first-round bye, I can't say enough good things about our guys and the year they had." In addition to men's ice hockey, men's basketball competed in the MAC Freedom Tournament. On Thursday, February 21st, the Colonels were able to secure the 79-72 semifinal win against Eastern in the Mart Center. The teams traded baskets throughout the first 10 minutes of the first half before junior guard Mark Mullins scored back-to-back buckets to push the Colonels ahead 23-15. A three-pointer from senior shooting guard Marcus Robinson and a layup from junior guard Rob Pecorelli extended the Colonels' advantage to 28-15, which would be their largest lead of the first half. In the second half, senior forward Zach Walzer dropped a long two-pointer, and senior forward Tommy Bowen secured the basket and the and one to give Wilkes their largest lead of the night at 71-55. Pecorelli was able to round out the scoring by making the final 2 free throws of the game to give the Colonels the semifinal win. Mullins was able to get the ball at the end of the game and keep Eastern from scoring, securing Wilkes' spot in the championship game. In the MAC Freedom Championship game on Saturday, February 23rd, the Colonels fell 78-66 to DeSales. Despite multiple comeback attempts, Wilkes was unable to finish what would have been a cinematic comeback if they could have gained the lead and the win. Wilkes started the game in a funk with 3 turnovers, and the Bulldogs took advantage, jumping out to an 11-2 lead less than 4 minutes into the game. The Colonels struggled in the first half as they shot under 40% from the field and just 9% from beyond the three-point arc. DeSales appeared to be running away with the game when they went into halftime leading 48-30, but the Colonels fought their way back. Wilkes opened the second half by cutting the Bulldogs' lead to 10 with 16:55 left in the game. The Colonels were able to cut the lead down to as little as 4 before the Bulldogs pulled away for good. Wilkes went the entire game without taking a lead. All 5 of the Colonel starters contributed on the offensive end, as they all reached double figures on the score sheet. Bowen led the group with 15 points, followed by Mullins and Robinson, who picked up 13 points apiece, and 11 each from Pecorelli and senior guard Connor Evans. According to Wilkes head coach Izzy Metz, "We didn't play our best basketball in the first half, and a lot of that was DeSales. They had a good game plan. Unfortunately, when you play a good team like DeSales, you can't spot them 18 points like we did in the first half." Although the Colonels lost the MAC Freedom title, they still have another opportunity to play, as Wilkes earned a bid to play in the ECAC tournament, seeded at number 1. The Colonels will face 4th-seeded Brooklyn College tomorrow night at 7 p.m. in the first round of tournament play. Hood College is set to host the rest of the tournament, with the championship game taking place this Sunday, March 3rd. Not only were men's ice hockey and men's basketball involved in playoff contests, but wrestling competed in the NCAA Division III Southeast Regional Championship. Junior Thomas Stokes and senior Nicholas Racanelli were each crowned champions in their respective weight classes, earning a trip to the NCAA Championships. Wilkes' team earned a fourth-place finish out of 20 teams. Stokes, who returned to wrestling after a 2-year absence from the sport due to personal reasons, found himself coming from behind in 3 of 4 of his matches. The 141-pound wrestler found himself in a sudden death thriller, earning the victory in the finals against number 5 seed Mario Vasquez of Ferrum. Stokes will enter nationals with a 27-5 overall record this season. In addition to Stokes, Racanelli won his first regional championship with a nail-biting sudden victory over the number 3 seed Jared Walker of Washington and Jefferson, 5-3. Racanelli will enter nationals with a 31-1 record this season. The 165-pound wrestler became a 3-time national qualifier. Wilkes has now had at least one national qualifier for the past 15 seasons under the guidance of head coach John Laudenslager. The fourth-place team finish is the best for the Colonels since winning the regional championship during the 2014 season. Stokes and Racanelli took home the first individual regional title since the 2015 season when 2 Colonels placed first. In order to read features on each of these 3 sports, be sure to pick up your Beacon newspaper around campus, as the Beacon printed an exclusive 12-page edition dedicated solely to playoff week. The Beacon's playoff MVPs for the week can be found on pages 4 and 5. That's all I have today on our exciting playoff week. I'm Kirsten Peters, and we'll be right back after this public service announcement.